Alright, so here's Robinhood, HOOD. This finishes at $50.97 today. That is down 29.59%. Please hit the like button. Please subscribe and catch me every weekday after market close on the Smarter Gambling Show. Okay, here's AMC. This finishes at $33.51 today. That is up 12.3%. So yesterday I said that this didn't look that great. Looked really bearish, looked like it was going into free fall. But today it caught some support. This possibly could be the bottom and a reversal, hopefully. But it looks like at 29, there's some pretty strong support there. It briefly hit 29 today and came right back up. Possible cup and handle forming. Don't know yet. The top of the cup would be about 62, and the bottom would be 29. So if the support at 29 holds, this could be a possible cup and handle. Hopefully it does. So let's analyze this. So right now this is trading between the sideways channel, the rectangle of 34.70 and 32. So if this goes to the upside, next level of resistance would be 34.70, 37.50, 40.30, 42, 44.40, 48, 51.30, 55.30, 58, 62.20, 65, 69, nice. And then the all-time high of 72.62. And if this goes to the downside, next level of support would be 32, 28.80, 26, 20.30, 17.10, 16.50, and then 14. There's a bunch of support below 14, but we're not going to discuss that right now. But there is some pretty strong support at 14 and lower. So right now at this current price, 33.50, the channels to the upside and the downside are pretty wide. So either way this goes, there's going to be some pretty significant price action. I mean, you guys should already know this. This stock is extremely volatile, so nothing new. However, if/when this goes back to 14, then there's going to be some pretty strong support. The channels narrow, and I expect the price action to slow down significantly. So RSI is currently at 42, a little bit below average, but not quite oversold and undervalued. And it did 108 million in volume today, which is more than the average. So this pump today was confirmed by the volume. Honestly, it's kind of hard to tell where this is going to go right now, because it could still be in free fall, or it could actually be the bottom, catching some strong support. So if you want to go long, yeah, so right here at 33.50, not a bad price. 29 may have been the bottom. It wouldn't be such a bad idea to buy in here at 33.50, not financial advice. It could go a lot lower, honestly. Kind of hard to tell where this is going. So I could support going long here at 33.50 if you really like the stock that much, if you're willing to hold, and you're willing to average down. Personally, I would see if it comes down even more. I try to see if I can get this at around 20. And if not, then, whatever. Move on to the next stock. Now, if you want to go short, I probably wouldn't do that. I don't recommend that. I wouldn't short these meme stocks anyway. These popular meme stocks like AMC and GME. At any moment, this thing could go flying, and you don't want to get caught in a squeeze. You can make some pretty decent money if this does go to the downside, but I don't really think it's worth it. I don't think the risk is worth the reward. This could be near the bottom, and the time to short would have been a long time ago. You can make some decent money. I just don't think it's the greatest play in the world. It can come back down to 26 or 20 or even 14, but I don't even think it's worth it. I think you should just look elsewhere if you want to make a short play. I think you missed the opportunity. Not saying you shouldn't do it. You can probably make some decent money, but not the greatest play in the world, and personally, I don't think the risk is worth the reward. But if you do want to do it, definitely don't hold it for that long. You should be in and out pretty quickly, like a couple days, couple weeks maybe. So yeah, really hard to tell where the stock is going right now. Congratulations to everyone who made money on this one today. And good luck to everyone currently in this stock and to everyone looking to take a position. This is AMC. Alright, so here's Robinhood, HOOD. This finishes at $50.97 today. That is down 29.59%. Okay, there was news on this today, so let's take a look at that first. We got a price upgrade here. So Wolf Research initiates coverage on Robinhood. They have a price target of $45. So I think they're the first firm to actually come out and actually give a price target on this. Okay, so they filed to sell up to 97.9 million Class A shares over time. The sale will be made by selling shareholders upon the conversion of certain convertible bonds held in connection with the IPO, and the company will not receive any proceedings, Robinhood said in the filing with the SEC. So this was bearish news. They have convertible bonds that they can access later on in time. That is part of the reason why, probably a big reason why, the stock sold off so much today. Probably just because it ran so much yesterday and because they announced an offering. So let's analyze this. Not too much data to go off of, but we got 6 days of data here. So first of all, we have a gap up at 48.6. That is a bearish indicator. You know, when something gaps up, it usually comes back down to fill the gap. So this is likely to come back down to $48.60 eventually. And it probably will be there pretty soon. Probably within the next couple of trading sessions, in my honest opinion. So it did 81 million in volume today, which is pretty significant volume. So this sell-off today was confirmed by the volume. So if you want to go long right here, personally at this price, $51, I wouldn't do that right now. We just got a price target of $45. So these are professionals that think this is worth $45. We have the gap up at 48.60. Bearish indicators there. You know, this is still very early on. So personally, I'd wait a little bit, like a couple of months, before I even take a position, because we don't really know what the true value of the stock is yet. Taking a position here would be pretty risky. I personally think that you can get this at a way better price if you hold off. But if we're talking long term, I think that Robinhood will definitely go up, but I don't think entering here at this price, $51, is a good play. If you want to go long, I would support it, just not yet at this price. Just hold off for a couple months, and you should be able to get this at a way better price. Now, if you want to go short, kind of risky stuff here, but it should work out as long as it's a quick in and out play. Definitely don't hold this. You know, this will probably come back to the 40s. You can probably make some profit, but not anything too crazy. If you want to go short, I support it, but it should only be in the short term. It should only be for a couple of days or like a week or two. You can probably make like 10% or something on this if you want to go short. 10 to 20%, I would say. Seems like a decent play, not the greatest play in the world, but it does appear like there is some money to be made here. Sorry to everyone who lost money on this one today, and good luck to everyone currently in the stock and everyone looking to take a position. This is HOOD Robinhood. Alright, here is OCGN Ocugen. This finishes at $7.49 today. That is up 10.31%. The apes love this stock. The street doesn't really like it much, but on StockTwits, this is a very, very popular stock. It has been for a long time. Okay, so let's analyze this. So right now this is trading between the sideways channel, the rectangle of 770 and 730. So if this goes to the upside, next level of resistance would be 770, 830, 860, 890, 930, 960, 990, 1030, 1080, 1140, 12, 1250, 1290, 1360, 1580, and then the high of 1877. Now if this goes to the downside, next level of support would be $7.30, $7, $6.70, $6, $5.30, $3.80, $3.30, $3, $2.50, $2.05, $1.50, 85 cents, 50 cents, and then the low of 25 cents. So right now at this current price, $7.50. Either way this goes, upside or downside, the channels are decently sized. Expect a decent amount of price action, but nothing too crazy. Until, to the upside, if/when this breaks 1360. Then the channels get very wide, and this can moon. There's really no resistance past 1360. This can easily go back to the all-time high and higher. And to the downside, if/when this breaks 670, the channels start to open up. There will be some pretty significant price action until this comes back down to 375. But below 375, it'll go back to pretty normal, decent price action. Pretty interesting. We have a gap up all the way back here at 85 cents, which never filled. Honestly, it probably never will fill. Just have to take note of that. That's a bearish indicator. RSI is currently at 54. So that is pretty average. A little bit above average, but pretty average. So according to the RSI, this current price, $7.50, is pretty fair market value. and it did 35 million in volume today, which is a little bit below average, but right around average. So this pump today is confirmed by the volume. We have a possible cup and handle forming here. Top of the cup being 1580 and the bottom being $6. It does appear like there's some pretty strong support at $6 and $6.70. The stock has not been able to break that in a long time, those supports. So it does appear like the stock is bottoming out, and this is relatively near the bottom. So hopefully we see a reversal soon and the cup will complete. So the possible cup and handle is a bullish indicator. So we're getting a pretty strong bullish indicator and a few neutral indicators. We have a bearish indicator, the gap up at 85 cents, but honestly, I don't think we should pay attention to that. Highly doubt it's going back to 85 cents. So this does appear to me that this is more likely to go to the upside than the downside. So if you want to go long, I can support that right here at this price, $7.50. Not a bad price, near the relative bottom. And if it continues to pull back, you can reload at $7.40, $7, $6.70, and then $6. It's highly unlikely that this is going to go below $6. It would take some pretty strong selling pressure for that to happen. A lot of upside potential here, so I would support going long. Now, if you want to go short, I would not do that, and I don't recommend that. This is a very liked stock on social media. The apes are behind this one, and as I previously mentioned, $6 seems to be some pretty strong support. $6.70 and $6. Pretty unlikely it's going to go below that, so really not too much money to be made here. The risk is really not worth the reward if you want to go short. Really no bearish indicators, just bullish and neutral indicators. So looking at the chart, it does not appear like this is going to go to the downside. If it does, it's not going to go that much to the downside. So I don't really see a point in going short here. And I don't recommend that personally. Not financial advice. Yeah, so not too much downside potential. I don't even think it's really worth it to short. So I wouldn't do that. So congratulations to everyone who made money on this one today. And good luck to everyone currently in this stock and to everyone looking to take a position. This is Ocugen, OCGN. Okay, here is AMD, Advanced Micro Devices. This finishes at $112.35 today. That is down 5.41%. So, been covering this a bunch. Past few trading sessions, it's been on an incredible run. All the way from like $90 to 123. And I kept saying, this can't run forever, this can't run forever, but it just kept pumping. And today we get the first red day in a while. Pretty expected. Nice healthy pullback here. And it could be the start of a sell-off. Not saying it will be, but this was way overdue. All right, let's analyze this. So right now this is sitting on the support of 112.40, which it finished at today. So if this goes to the upside, next level of resistance would be 114.80, 116.40, 118.90, and then the all-time high, 122.50. And if it breaks that, then it's onto the upside, onto uncharted territory, and the market will decide for itself what this stock is worth. If this goes to the downside, the next level of support would be 110.20, 108.50, 106, 103, 101.50, 99, 97.70, 95.90, 94.30, 92.70, and then 91.50. And there's a bunch of support below 91.50, but we're not going to discuss that right now. So right now, at this current price, 112.35, the channels to the upside and the downside are pretty decently sized. So expect a decent amount of price action, whichever way this goes. But if/when this comes back down to 91.50, the channels start to narrow, and the price action should slow down pretty significantly. But at this current price, RSI is currently at 72. So that still is overbought and overvalued. Yesterday it was at 87. So pretty big pullback in RSI, but this is still officially in overbought, overvalued territory. So you guys should still be cautious. It did 138 million in volume today, which is above average. So the sell-off today was confirmed by the volume. So if you want to go long here, not financial advice, I personally would not do that. I've been saying this is way overdue for a pullback. It's going to happen eventually. And today we have the first day of a pullback. So we could have many more to come. If you buy in here, that would be catching a falling knife. This probably has a good amount of downside to go. So I really don't see a point in going long here. You can probably get this at a way better price if you just be patient for a little bit. this will probably come back down to at least 100. I would say at 100, then you can start to build a position. Then you can start to accumulate. But here at 112, I don't think this is a good time to start a position or to start accumulating. This is probably going to come back to 100 or lower. But, long term, this is a really good stock. It's definitely going to keep going up. But in the short term, it's probably going to pull back a little bit. So if you want to go long, I would support it. Just hold off for right now. You can probably get this at a way better price. Now, if you want to go short, seems like a pretty good play. I personally wouldn't do it because I don't like shorting blue chip, legitimate, good stocks. But looking at the graph, looking at the technical analysis, this seems like a pretty obvious short play. This ran way too hard, way too long, and high RSI, high volume. Looks like this could go into free fall pretty soon. Pullback is way overdue. So all the technicals are there, all the indicators are there. This seems like a pretty obvious short play, just looking at the graph. But that being said, again, this is AMD. It's a legitimate blue chip stock. The apes love it, the institutions love it. So there is a little bit of risk involved. Shouldn't be that bad, This is not going to absolutely moon. This is not going to short squeeze on you. So even if it does go to the upside, your losses won't be that bad. And there's a much higher potential of this going to the downside than the upside. So it does seem like a pretty good short play. You can make some decent money here. So I would support going short, but, do it as a swing trade. Don't hold this for an extended period of time because this will go back up eventually. So sorry to everyone who lost money on this one today. Not financial advice, but maybe it's time to start taking profits. I probably would do that. And good luck to everyone currently in this stock and to everyone looking to take a position. This is AMD, Advanced Micro Devices. So here's Microvision, MVIS. This finishes at $13.76 today. That is up 12.6%. So Microvision had earnings yesterday. Let's see what the earnings were. So they reported quarterly losses of 9 cents per share, which missed the analyst consensus of 5 cents. This is a 350% decrease over losses of 2 cents per share from the same period last year. The company reported quarterly sales of 700,000, which met the analyst consensus estimate. This is a 19.25% increase over sales of 587,000 the same period last year. So it missed on EPS and it just met earnings. That's pretty interesting because it wasn't the greatest earnings or anything. Honestly, kind of like below average earnings. But the apes seem to take it pretty well. That was good news to the apes. Yeah, it's up 12.6% today. So let's analyze this. So first of all, I see a gap up. It gapped up at 1280. So that's a bearish indicator. That's telling us that this is likely to come back down to 1280 at some point. Probably sooner than later. All right, so right now this is sitting around the support of 14, which it finished at today. So if this goes to the upside, next level of resistance would be 1470, 1520, 1560, 16, 1680, 1750, 1790, 1850, 1925, 1975, 2070, 2170, 2220, 23, 2410, 2580, and then the all-time high of 28. Now, if this goes to the downside, next level of support would be 13, 1245, 1160, 1090, $10, 920, 845, 815, 770, 710, 630, 560, 480, $4, 280, 225, 170, and then the low of 125. So the RSI is currently at 45. So that's around average, a little bit below average, but pretty average. So according to the RSI, this price of $13.76 is pretty fair market value. Maybe it should be a little bit higher. It did 25 million in volume today, which is above average. So this pump today was confirmed by the volume. So we have a possible cup and handle forming here. Top of the cup being around 23 and the bottom being around 12.50. It does appear like $13, 12.50 is some pretty strong support. Retested 13 a couple of times, briefly broke it, but it does appear like 13 could be the bottom. It is catching some strong support at 13. So hopefully this holds and we will start to see a reversal soon. No guarantees the cup is going to complete, but possible. So that's a bullish indicator. And right now with this current price, the channels to the upside and the downside, they're like narrow to decently sized. So there's not going to be the most amount of price action on this stock. This is a pretty stable stock at the moment. So kind of hard to tell where this is going to go currently. But if it were my best guess, this looks more bullish than bearish. I think it's probably going to come back down to 1280 to fill the gap and then continue to the upside. So if you want to go long, this current price, 1375, seems like a pretty decent price. This is relatively near the bottom. Maybe you can wait a little bit and get in at 13, but 1375, really not a bad price. I'd have no problems with you buying in here and averaging down at 13 and 1250. Pretty unlikely this is going to go below 1250. There's a lot of support there. It retested 1250 a lot of times. Yeah, so going long looks like a pretty good play here. Not financial advice. I would support that. Now, if you want to go short, I wouldn't do that, and I don't recommend that. Well, maybe you can make a quick buck. This is probably going to go back down to 1280 to fill the gap, but really not too much downside potential here. And the apes love this stock. On Wall Street Bets and Stock Twits, there is pretty strong sentiment behind this stock. But even if you do go short, you're probably not going to get short squeezed or anything, so it's not that risky. But I just wouldn't do it, This is near a relative low, and there's not too much money to be made. And I really don't see a point in going short here. You'd be going for crumbs at this point. So I don't really think it's a good idea. Might come down a little bit, but I don't think it's really worth it. There are way better shorting plays out there in the market, and this is not one of them. So congratulations to everyone who made money on this one today, and good luck to everyone currently in this stock and to everyone looking to take a position. This is Microvision, MVIS. Thanks everyone for watching today. I appreciate you guys. Please hit the like button. Please subscribe and catch me every weekday after market close on the Smarter Gambling Show. You apes already know, diamond hands to the moon. I'm Ty. This is Smarter Gambling. See you guys tomorrow. Peace out.